In my year of making YouTube videos, I guess the absolute worst of this place has seeped into my very being because I'm gonna do an unboxing video. The Pokemon Kotobukiya statues are really well made. They look really great and they're very expensive. They're really hard to find. If you want one, you have to pre-order it. And even the pre-order is really weird because they don't really tell you how much it's going to be until it's about to ship. But I came across this eBay listing with one for 15 bucks and free shipping from China. And my first thought was, well, this is definitely fake, but maybe worth the risk to see what I actually get in the mail. At the very least, I could make a YouTube video about it. The listing does seem very shady as it doesn't come with the original box, which are really nice, beautiful boxes, but I just want the figure for display. And it says that there's more than 10 available, meaning that they have access to a large quantity of these, even though they're pretty rare. For comparison, here's another similar listing which has a price more in line with what you typically see. This one seems to be way more legit. This time it's coming from Japan. It uses the actual brand name in the title of the listing. But once again, it's showing these stock images and no images of the actual box or figure. So let's see what I actually got in the mail 1 month later. Alright, so here's the pack. I just cut open the top a little bit. And let's pull it out and see what we get for 15 bucks. So, like the listing said, it's not in the original box. You can see Pikachu peeking through there, though. So let's get some of this tape off. And right away, I can tell that it is a fake figure. I know that the original one actually has a big screw that keeps Red's foot in place and also allows for you to remove the base if you want. So, definitely not legit right off the bat, just not even into the plastic yet. But let's see what kind of quality figure I actually got for $15. It's definitely got a lot of tape on it. Now the tape is off, let's see what is actually in here. It's pretty similar to what the actual packaging looks like. I know in the originals that Pikachu's tail is separate. But like I said, the red is connected to the stand, and in this case, it's not. It's completely separate, so we'll come back to this in a minute. On the actual stand, you see what I'm talking about there on the bottom. Instead of just one screw, there's like 5 little nodules, I guess. And then you'll notice on the front, too, there's paint smeared on it, which is not up to standard for what the actual product would be. The Pikachu itself doesn't look all that bad, really. The volts are really nice, and the paint job seems pretty good. It's definitely got some smudges on it, and it's not as vibrant as I think the original figure is. I've only seen it in person once, and that was at a convention. But let's try to get this Pikachu constructed. The tail was actually kind of hard to get in. It's a bit really muddy back there in its bud hole where its tail would go, but it looks actually really similar to what it's supposed to. There on the tip of the tail where it fades from yellow into white on the back side, it's got some paintbrush smudges. It's kind of hard to tell with the camera, but overall the sculpt isn't that bad. It's extremely similar. On the belly, has it on there just for reference, but overall it's not as vibrant and not the quality of the original Kotobukiya statue would be, but very similar, especially for how cheap it is on eBay. And let's get to the red statue. So the red statue itself isn't all that bad, really. Like I said with the Pikachu, the paint job isn't as vibrant, but everything else, the sculpt seems to be pretty much the same. The only big differences I can tell are with the paint job, just some smudges here and there. Just a little bit of lack of detail, especially down around the shoes. Just seems very, very bland and not as detailed as I think the original one is. And then along the lining of his jacket there, you can see just plain silver, where they just missed the paint, and it seems very metallic and rough. So I mean, definitely a $15 figure. On the back of the hat there's another place where they didn't get all of the paint through. For reference, I'll throw up a pic so you can see what this is actually supposed to look like. But if you notice, instead of tipping his cap there with his hand, he's actually just like making the universal sign for something little, I guess. So I even tried to get those to connect so that it didn't look so stupid. Because once I saw that, I can't stop seeing it. It's hard to get it to stay. I even got some like snaps and crackles from the waist joint, I guess. Just trying to move it so that his hand actually touches the cap, but I still can't really get it on there. Yeah, just broken half at the waist. Cool. Overall lessons and takeaways. Yes, I got a great rad $15 red figure. However, it was $15 and it was fake like I suspected. So if you're poor like me and you want really cool figures to just display and add to your collection, that's available to you. However, I would also like to support the original artists and sculptors that work at Kotobukiya. So if I ever see one of these out in the wild for a decent price, I'm going to pick up a legit one as well. That if you do see a listing for a figure that's over $100 and it's only 15 and from China, where almost all bootleg stuff is from, and it doesn't come with an original box or have any kind of lettering or writing on it at all, that it's probably going to be fake, it's going to be bootleg, and it's probably going to be poor quality. Honestly, I'm probably just going to throw this stand away. I could try to buff out that paint, but the figure stands on its own. It's standing on the desk right now with the Pikachu, so I'll probably just have it displayed that way and throw this stand away. Yeah, I'm definitely throwing this away. Put it up there with some of the manga collections I have that feature Red. He's my favorite Pokemon character. So, like I said, it's definitely worth the $15 and the month wait if you don't mind that. But know that what you're getting is fake and is probably costing another company a lot of money. I'm definitely no expert on these particular figures. I'm more of a Bampresto man myself since they're a lot cheaper. But thanks for tuning in, seeing what was up with this figure. I thought the listing was at least worth a shot. To learn from my lessons. Know what you're getting into with these shady eBay listings with no boxes from China with more than 10 available. Honestly, my first thought was that someone's sneaking into one of these warehouses and just taking them. But turns out, no, it's just fakes. But do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment, you know that stuff. And I'll see you next video. Bye.